She was known as Chyna, the most intimidating female wrestler in the ring. And the Playboy that featured her photo layout was the magazine's best-selling issue ever. But now Chyna has changed her look, her profession, and her name.
My name is Joanie Laurer. Just call me Joanie.
She now lives in LA's upscale Marina Del Rey, but a new zip code isn't all that's changed for Joanie. As part of her plan to leave the ring behind, she's reinventing her image by getting back to basics.
And it took me 6 hours to soak the black out of my hair.
And 6 years to walk away from the lucrative WWF career she had.
I feel very natural again, back to me. Now I have to go out and prove to people that I can act, that I'm willing to take 2 steps backwards to take a step forward, that I'm willing to go backwards financially to move forward.
As she embarks on her new acting career, Joanie will always have that body to die for.
Big target area right here.
Of course, that fit look takes work, and Joanie's proud to show it off in next month's Playboy on stands next week.
Wow.
Awesome.
But Joanie admits she's also had some artificial enhancement.
People ask me if I've had cosmetic surgery, and I say yes. I had breast implants, and I had a very severe underbite fixed.
That was fine until one of her breast implants broke while in the ring.
And it was like a shot of pain through my chest, and I was actually on a 17-day tour when that happened, and I continued along my tour every day, and each day I would put on more layers of clothing and stuff socks in my one side, and it was a horrible experience.
As a teen, Joanie actually hated her body image and suffered from bulimia.
I would look at the other women that were getting all the attention or that were looked at as beautiful, and I'd stick my finger down my throat and throw up all my food because I would then want to be as skinny as I possibly could be.
Joanie now hopes to carve a sexy niche for herself as an actress and is ready for whatever the future may hold.
I look better than I ever have before. I feel better than I ever have. I've got more experience under my belt, and I've really paid my dues.
And Joanie tells us she'll be in a movie called Frank McCluskey CI, where she'll be playing a Batwoman wannabe. That one's due in theaters next year.
What does it really mean to be heavy in Hollywood? Well, we put together a forum of 8 plus-size actresses to talk about the prejudice and the pain that they face every day. Their candid conversation is our Entertainment Tonight cover story.
Show me a fat joke that hasn't already been done.
Right.
I mean, come up with something new.
The average American woman is a 14-16.
Right.
You make fun of me, you're making fun of your mother.
I want to be offered roles that aren't just the fat role.
I agree.
These women share a daily struggle, not with their weight, but with a Hollywood system that says leading ladies must be thin. It cuts to the deepest emotions.
Up until recently, I've really bought into the whole Hollywood thing. And I've struggled with my weight all my life.
Now Tess Borden accepts her size, thanks to an acting job she won in the independent film Crazy Jones.
Sorry, when I get nervous, I get a little giggly. The producer, the director, saw me as really talented and beautiful and were very, very supportive.
But Diane Bliss, head of the Screen Actors Guild plus-size task force, says many roles offered to these actresses are demeaning.
The disgustingly fat chick, the enormously huge fat chick, the ugly fat chick.
We can't play moms on sitcoms. Drives me crazy. I mean, for some reason, all moms have to be a size 2 or 0 or 4 or whatever.
They say that's how it was in the past, and with rare exception, that's how it is now. But what really bothers them is this recent episode of My Wife and Kids, for taking cheap shots at the overweight.
And how's my little fatty patty?
And Shallow Hal creates dissension here, too.
I was actually in Shallow Hal. Oh my God, I was.
I didn't see it.
Lisa Brownstein supports the comedy's message, but actress and model Rebecca Derrick is so offended by the premise that she refuses to see it.
Based on those trailers, they weren't just horrible stereotypes. They were extreme stereotypes that are so demeaning.
There really is no good reason for anyone to put on a fat suit other than to say, look at that person, they're fat, and isn't that funny? And I don't think it is.
Sometimes fat is funny. Oliver Hardy was funny. He was fat.
Monica Parker, seen here with Dana Carvey in Wellville, has been acting since 1972. She says that today her size has its advantages.
I have girlfriends who are very beautiful and whose shelf life as an actress, you know, is shorter than mine.
Sharon Sachs, who appears on the Sci-Fi Channel series The Chronicle, says in the end, What's important is feeling comfortable with who you are.
It's about how your light shines.
Yes.
And my light shines at this side.
Now, tomorrow on ET, what the women of our plus-size forum had to say about anorexia. They blast Hollywood for causing some young fans to diet to death.
There are girls dying in this country because they'd rather be dead than fat.
The many looks of Monica Lewinsky, how she became a Hollywood glamour girl. We have her latest in lace and what she told us about growing up. Carol Burnett, what you didn't see on the TV special from Inside Stage 33 at CBS. Now we look at the life of one of America's favorite comedians in the Entertainment Tonight cover story. Plastic surgery, lawsuits, her daughter's drug addiction, Carol's ups and downs.
This is where I live. This is where it's all started right here.
His family of 11 lived on the floor above this church. Now Bernie Mac takes us to the Chicago neighborhood where he grew up.
I had holes in the bottom of our shoes. We put cardboard in.
That's tomorrow.
And we'll be right back with ET Insider News from Jags' David James Elliott and Catherine Bell, as well as a house tour inside an Emmy-winning star's Malibu.